I got this rod put on here and the transmission cover or shifter and everything. And this clutch pedal is a little bit tricky. You gotta slide it in from this side, and I don't know if you can see there's a pin in there, and it has a little cotter pin on the right side there. And basically you have to hold the pedal down so that everything is forward, and that will allow you to spin that piece in there and to twist this in order to make sure that you can adjust it later. So you want to have this rod maybe about up in there and this one about up in there, so you can adjust it as needed later as the clutch begins to wear out. So yeah, that feels pretty good now. So I'm sure you can kind of see that it's moving that. And see, it's not quite pushing it all the way to the edge there, which if it was engaged full for like a weaker clutch, I mean, for a worn out clutch is the way that that's set up for, it looks like, because it's not quite releasing it as much as it could be. So yeah, anyways, you'll be able to tell when you get it all together how that needs adjusted. If it's having trouble engaging or disengaging, you can adjust it accordingly. So the next step now is to attach the directional reverser shifter mechanism, and I'm going to put that in there, but I'm not actually going to connect this piece. I'm probably going to end up zip tying this up like that and just letting that float there, because yeah, I don't want anyone who might own this later to think that they can shift it into forward or reverse. And yeah, basically, you know, nothing would happen if they did that. Although they might have a little bit of trouble because if they're able to push this forward, the way that it's welded together, the teeth have to line up more precisely to slide together. You can't just like move around and slide together like a stock one could. So I might even end up taking this off and just leaving that whole thing apart, making it really obvious that that's not functional. So the next step is going to be throwing that tower with the steering wheel, putting that on there, because I have to have this in place so that when I pull that together, I can slide the steering shaft into the power steering spot. So the shaft right here. And that's just because I didn't disconnect it from there. I just left it all together. So, yep, and then there's a starter rod. So, yeah, getting closer. So I guess it's probably taken me about 2 hours to put this back together as much as it has, and it probably took me and one other person total about 12 hours to tear it all down. So, yep, keep you posted.